All right, the noise, watch now, just a few feet of distance and 50 to 60 miles per hour, and the Harrier is off. Not with lift over the wing, but with thrust from several points out of that engine, allowing the aircraft to ride on a cushion of air. Joining us is Captain Nate Thayer, who flies the Harrier from the United States Marine Corps. He's on our PA now, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what it's like. First, he's going to introduce the pilot to us.
Thanks. The pilot today is Lieutenant Colonel Cheese Del Pizzo. He's the XO for VMA 542.
Wait a minute. Say that again. You said...
Correct.
You said Cheese? His call sign is Cheese?
His call sign is Cheese.
His last name is Del Pizzo.
Cheese Pizza. Okay, got it.
I got it, okay.
And this Harrier is here from Cherry Point, North Carolina. We're here to demonstrate the short takeoff, which you just saw in front of us, and now we're setting up for a high-speed pass from the left. All the aircraft that you're going to, all the maneuvers that we do are maneuvers that we do in the fleet every day. They have tactical advantages for us, and these are not specifically demonstration aircraft, but these are fleet aircraft that are ready to go to battle if we need them to tomorrow.
By the way, from 75 miles per hour, that took place in less than 60 seconds from zero airspeed up to that high-speed pass. Now, another high-speed pass, this time from right to left with the Harrier. And we ask the question all the time, in this particular airplane, supersonic speed is not that important. It can go supersonic, but as you said, Captain Nate Thayer, it doesn't like to very much.
Correct. Our by-the-book limit is Mach 1.0, but the aircraft is designed to be a low-altitude, medium-speed attack aircraft for air-to-ground support. And in order to do that, we usually operate between 400 and 550 miles per hour.
Hovering off the ground at a zero airspeed, riding on the invisible cushion of air. Now, after this last high-speed pass, or the second one, Cheese is going to deliberately slow the airplane down. He'll be coming in over our left shoulder by the control tower on an arcing pass. That will be the photo pass. He'll be relatively slow at a speed approximately...
at this point, he's going to be able to slow down for the photo pass. He'll be about 250 to 300 knots. As he passes through and makes his way back around for the V-stall configuration, he's going to be able to slow the aircraft down to a stop and actually back up at up to 30 knots going backwards.
And as one of the pilots told you, he'll deliberately overshoot a spot on the runway. He'll shift into reverse, back the Harrier up. Then he will face the nose towards us. Then he will do what they call translating. He will move it from side to side without moving the nose of the point of the aircraft. Then, as if on a spindle, he will in fact spin the aircraft around over a specific spot on the runway. Here's the photo pass. Get this in your eyes and your cameras. One plane, one pilot. And by the way, in Operation Desert Storm, this airplane did not need long runways. They actually stayed. Well, if you folks operated down in Cincinnati, you know where you park your car for long-term rates. That's where the Harrier operated in Saudi Arabia. They cleared all the cars out of the passenger terminal car parking area, and they actually staged from a parking lot because you saw they take off either vertically or a rolling vertical takeoff. They don't need a lot of space. They need one Marine pilot. They need one Harrier, 55 gallons of distilled fuel, a load of fuel. They do not need an air start unit. They do not need an electrical power unit. Typical of a Marine, just give it to me, I'll get the job done.
It's amazing to think that this vertical takeoff and landing capability of redirecting the jet exhaust and have other nozzles of bleed air was actually demonstrated successfully in Great Britain with two airplanes in 1960, and that was the Kestrel and the P-1127. And since then, I think as Danny probably already said, in 1972, the Harrier went into service, and it has gone from a 10,000 pound of thrust Rolls-Royce Pegasus engine to how much now?
We've got 22,200 pounds normally, and we can go up to 23,400 pounds if we add water injection to the engine, which you'll see here today whenever you see the thick black smoke coming out. That's due to our water injection system to cool the engine.
Now, when the Harrier first came out, we were so happy because we said we've got a perfect air show airplane. We didn't even think combat. That's just the way we are. We're show-offs. It is an airplane that speaks for itself. Now, I told you about deliberately backing up, then translating side to side, and then doing a spin around over a specific spot, riding on that invisible column of air. It is going to get very noisy, so you may have your children cover their ears, but this is an airplane that speaks for itself.
It's the magic carpet ride of your United States Marine Corps AV-8B Harrier 2. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that for your United States Marine Corps AV-8B Harrier 2. Now, Nate, you gotta tell me something here. I saw a lot of smoke. Engine's not supposed to smoke. What is all that smoke?
That smoke, whenever we add water to cool the engine down, originally, whenever we don't use water, we're limited up to 780 degrees Celsius from our exhaust. If we add water, we get up to 800 degrees. Transition into conventional flight.
Here we go. Now let's watch it. Now it's also got thrusters in the nose and the tail and the wingtips to help him turn and go left and right. And that's kind of like the space shuttle, isn't it?
Correct. It uses the same principle.
Here it is. Gonna get noisy, folks. as the exhaust changed direction, how those nozzles then redirected directly aft to get that normal jet flight.
Correct, and we can make that transition depending on what we're carrying pretty quickly. On a normal short takeoff, we're probably about 6 seconds from wheels off the ground to conventional flight, gear up, and we're on the move, going to whatever target we have to go to.
And you don't have to fly supersonic, do you?
No, we don't. We adapt to low altitude environment, medium subsonic speeds, and we can operate perfectly fine down there. That's where the jet was designed, and that's where we really love to operate.
It's hard to believe the Harrier's been around as long as it has. First flight in the United States, 1972. It has been around 42 years now. It has been improved over those years, used only in the United States by the United States Marine Corps, built in St. Louis, Missouri, formerly by the McDonnell-Douglas company, now the Boeing company. They built 300 and, let's see, about 23 of the aircraft. Production was between 1981 and the year 2003. Flown and used around the world by the Spanish Royal Navy.
You see it, ladies and gentlemen, almost down. Slowly now, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and touchdown. Your United States Marine Corps AV-8B.